Have you ever found yourself in a desperate situation trying to remove that stubborn red wine stain from your new sofa or the pen mark from your favorite shirt? And the more you scrubbed, the worse it got. It seems that instead of cleaning, you were just spreading the problem, turning a small incident into a total disaster. The truth is, often our instinctive reaction to seeing a stain is to scrub hard, hoping it will magically disappear, but that's one of the worst things you can do. In this video, we're going to reveal a secret few people know. There are 7 types of stains you should never scrub, because incorrect cleaning not only fails to remove the dirt, but makes it even harder to get out, permanently damaging your items and clothes. Get ready to discover the correct techniques and the most common mistakes most people make, transforming your frustration into valuable knowledge. Stay until the end to learn the art of removing stains without a headache and protecting your most cherished possessions. Chapter 1. Red wine on fabrics. Seeing a red wine stain on your carpet or upholstery can be one of anyone's worst nightmares, especially if the fabric is light-colored. Most people's first reaction is to grab a damp cloth and start scrubbing with all their might, believing that friction will remove the color. However, this approach is a serious mistake that can drastically worsen the situation. When you scrub a red wine stain, the liquid particles are pushed deeper into the fabric fibers, setting the color and spreading the stain area. Instead of concentrating the problem, you distribute it, making it much larger and harder to remove completely. The wine soaks in, creating a bigger, darker area. The correct technique for dealing with red wine is absorption. As soon as the stain occurs, grab a clean, dry cloth or even white paper towels and start gently blotting the stain. The goal is to allow the dry material to absorb as much liquid as possible without scrubbing. Continue to swap out the cloth or paper towels for clean, dry sections, repeating the absorption process until no more color transfers to the material. You can even sprinkle a little salt over the stain after the initial absorption to help suck up the remaining liquid. Only after absorbing as much as possible can you consider applying a little cold water with a spray bottle and repeating the absorption process. Remember, the key is always to absorb and never scrub to prevent the wine stain from spreading and permanently setting into your fabric's fibers. Chapter 2. Blood. Finding a blood stain on clothes or fabrics can be alarming, and the natural first reaction is to try to wash the item immediately with hot water, thinking that the heat will help loosen the dirt. However, this is one of the worst decisions you can make when dealing with blood stains, as hot water has a completely opposite effect to what's desired. The heat from hot water acts as a coagulant for blood, causing the proteins present in the stain to bond even more deeply with the fabric fibers. This transforms the blood stain from something potentially removable into a permanent mark, making future cleaning almost impossible. Cold water is your greatest ally in fighting blood stains. As soon as the stain occurs, rinse the affected area under cold running water, preferably from the reverse side of the fabric. The pressure of the cold water will help push the blood out of the fibers without setting it. After the initial rinse, you can soak the item in cold water for a few hours or even overnight, adding a little salt or hydrogen peroxide, 10-volume hydrogen peroxide, for more stubborn stains. Make sure the stain is completely submerged. Before washing the item normally, check if the stain has been completely removed. If there are still traces, repeat the cold water rinse and soaking process. Remember, never use hot water on blood stains, or you might say goodbye to your clothing forever. Chapter 3. Grease on clothes. A grease stain on your favorite clothes can seem like a death sentence for the item, and the first reaction is usually to throw it in the washing machine with regular soap, hoping the water and detergent will work their magic. However, plain water alone is often not enough to break down grease molecules, and a regular wash can set the stain. When water comes into contact with grease without an agent to dissolve it first, the stain can spread even further into the fabric fibers. The water tries to push the grease, but without success, resulting in a larger and more apparent area of oily dirt. This means that after washing, the stain will still be there, or even worse. The secret to combating grease stains is to use a degreasing detergent directly on the stain before any washing. Apply a small amount of dish soap, which is formulated to break down grease, directly onto the stained area. Using your fingertips or a soft brush, gently rub the detergent into the stain in circular motions. Let the detergent sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. This will give the detergent's chemicals time to start dissolving the grease. After the sitting time, rinse the area with warm water and check if the stain has disappeared. If there are still traces, repeat the process. Only then should you wash the item, normally in the washing machine, preferably with warm water. Remember, pre-treatment is crucial for effective grease removal. Chapter 4. Pen ink. One of those breathtaking situations is realizing you have a pen ink smudge on your favorite shirt or sofa. The first instinctive and unfortunately wrong reaction is to grab a damp cloth and try to scrub the stain hard, believing that friction will loosen the ink from the fabric. However, when you scrub ink, you don't remove it. You spread it and push it even deeper into the fabric fibers. This turns a small, concentrated stain into a larger, blurred area, making complete ink removal much more difficult, and, in some cases, impossible without damaging the material. For pen ink stains, isopropyl alcohol, or common 70% rubbing alcohol, hairspray, or even hand sanitizer gel is your best friend. On a clean, white cloth, apply a small amount of the product. Then, gently start blotting the stain from the outside in. The blotting technique is crucial to prevent the ink from spreading. The alcohol will dissolve the ink, and the clean cloth will absorb it. Switch to a clean area of the cloth, and continue the process until the ink stain stops transferring to the cloth. Patience is important, and do not scrub. For delicate fabrics, test the alcohol in a hidden area first. After removing most of the ink, wash the item normally. Remember, patience and the correct technique are essential to prevent pen ink from becoming a permanent nightmare. Chapter 5. Mud on carpets. A rainy day can bring unwelcome mud into the house, and the carpet is usually the first victim. The immediate reaction upon seeing a fresh mud stain is to try to clean it right away, scrubbing with a damp cloth or paper towel, in a desperate attempt to remove the dirt before it dries. However, scrubbing mud while it's still wet is a big mistake. The moisture will cause the dirt particles to spread and deepen into the carpet fibers, turning a localized stain into a larger, harder to clean area. You'll literally be pushing the mud into the fabric. The best approach for mud on carpets is patience. Let the stain dry completely. It may seem counterintuitive, but when mud dries, the dirt particles loosen from the fibers and become much easier to remove without damaging the carpet. Once the mud is completely dry and hardened, grab a vacuum cleaner with an appropriate upholstery or carpet attachment. Carefully start vacuuming the stained area, moving the nozzle in different directions to loosen and suck up the dry mud particles. If, after vacuuming, there are still traces of the stain, you can use a soft bristled brush to gently scrub the remaining particles and then vacuum again. Only after removing as much dry mud as possible should you consider using a specific carpet cleaner for color residues. Remember, scrubbing wet mud is the sure way to a disaster. Chapter 6. Coffee. A miscalculated sip or a sudden movement can result in a dreaded coffee stain on your favorite clothes or carpet. Many people's first reaction is to grab a cloth and start vigorously scrubbing the stain, believing that the force of friction will remove the dark liquid and save the fabric. However, when you scrub a coffee stain, you make a mistake that can be irreversible. Friction not only fails to remove the coffee, but also pushes it even deeper into the fabric fibers, causing the liquid to soak in. This results in a larger, darker, and much harder to remove stain. The best approach to dealing with a coffee stain is immediate absorption. As soon as the spill occurs, grab a clean, dry cloth or several sheets of white paper towel and start gently blotting the stain. The goal is to allow the dry material to absorb as much liquid as possible. Continue swapping out the cloth or paper towels for clean, dry sections, repeating the absorption process until no more color transfers to the material. Avoid scrubbing at all costs. The key is gentleness and patience, so the coffee can be sucked out of the fabric. After absorbing as much as possible, you can rinse the area with cold water, and if the stain persists, apply a specific coffee stain remover or a mixture of water with white vinegar. Remember, speed and the absorption technique are essential to prevent coffee from becoming a permanent stain. Chapter 7. Soot. Whether from a fireplace, candle, or smoke, soot can leave a black, oily stain on carpets, upholstery, or clothes. The immediate temptation is to try to clean the dirt by scrubbing with a cloth or brush, thinking that friction will remove the dark particles. However, this is one of the worst actions you can take. When you scrub soot, you don't remove it, you spread it and push it even deeper into the fabric fibers. Soot is composed of tiny carbon and oil particles, and friction causes these particles to embed themselves in the material, turning a localized stain into a dirty, much larger area. The correct technique for dealing with soot is gentleness. First, if the soot is powdery, you can try to gently remove it with a vacuum cleaner. Use the finest nozzle and carefully vacuum the affected area, avoiding direct contact of the nozzle with the stain. If the soot is oilier or if there are residues after vacuuming, you can try using a little cornstarch, talcum powder, or even salt on the stain. Let the powder sit for a few minutes, as it will help absorb the oily part of the soot. After the sitting time, vacuum the powder again carefully. If traces still remain, you can use a clean, dry cloth, gently blotting the stain from the outside in with a specific dry cleaner for fabrics or a mixture of water and neutral detergent. Remember, never scrub soot, as this will only make the problem worse. Conclusion. See how some stains, which seem to be the simplest to resolve, can turn into real nightmares if not treated correctly? Mastering the art of stain removal isn't just about having the right products, but about applying the correct techniques, and most importantly, knowing what not to do. With these valuable tips, you'll be prepared to face everyday accidents without damaging your belongings and, more importantly, without getting frustrated. We hope this guide has been useful and that you never again make the mistake of scrubbing the wrong stains. If you liked the content and learned something new, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos. Activate the bell to be notified whenever we publish new content, and share this video with your friends and family.